Hello everyone and welcome to the Captain's video blog. We are Thursday, October 27th? Yeah, 2016. So, as everybody knew pretty much since, the talks about the new sporting director emerged, Andoni Subisareta has been presented to Marseille, and with a big surprise, he actually speaks French. Sure, he speaks French like a Spanish man would speak French, but it's pretty well. He knows apparently how to rub people the right way, saying that Marseille has a football soul, a soul of football, and that he wants to adapt to the club and not have the club adapt to him, saying that he won't necessarily only look at La Liga to make some new recruits, and he wants to put a project where the formation is prevalent. It's been something that's been pretty central to the project, making Marseille a club where the youth system actually feeds the club instead of when you're 19 and you're not exactly not exactly in what the club is looking for. Well, you're let go, like for example Wesley Giobello, who now plays for Clermont, or even Zinedine Machache, who plays for Toulouse, but this season he's on loan here, in Marseille. So yeah, and sometimes you think who would be better than the guy who was the sporting director in a team where the youth system in 2014 had 43 players coming from it that played in teams of the 5 great European championships, including 13 for Barca itself. Sure, there's he has his lot of bad recruits, but then again, there's also Neymar, Luis Suarez, also the extension of Messi's contract. So it's not all bad. Obviously, though, Barca has a way bigger budget than Marseille, so yeah. But we'll see. Maybe maybe this season there is going to be some players who will show so much promise that big championships big teams are going to want them, and it will be his purpose, his mission, his goal to either keep them here or let them go with a good enough price. That's pretty much how it works. But there's so much experience now in Marseille that I'm kind of dumbfounded. Like, how did that not happen earlier? How did we even leave with such an incompetent direction before? And sure, Marseille have won 3 League Cups in a row, and they've won also the championship. That was in the early, not that long ago, and consistently qualifying for European Cups. But it's kind of all gotten away since Deschamps left. So yeah, now it very much seems like it could happen again, being one of the top teams in France, one of the teams that are feared when they go somewhere, and not only because of the reputation of, for example, supporters, because the police, they are they are not good at doing their job, you know, and especially with this, in the case of football, that's what I'm talking about. But yeah, at any rate, there's been a couple of measures because they were in the streets and they wanted more help because they felt disrespected. Um, and our the minister for internal affairs. Ugh, that sounds weird. But yeah, basically the minister who's in charge of police, he made some measures who, well, reduced the accountability of the police. So that's not exactly good. Yeah, especially in a time where, for example, in the USA, people are clamoring for more police accountability, and well, I mean, now it just feels wrong. Um, so anyway, let's talk about NXT. NXT has still, all the same stories going on. There's been the last two matches from the first round of the Dusty Classic. First one was Gargano and Ciampa, who haven't been there in about a month, I would say, and Corey Graves still doesn't seem to like them. That's a shame. And they beat Ho Ho Lun and Tian Bing, formerly known as Bin Wang, the first Chinese signee of NXT. It wasn't a bad match. Tian Bing is a bit slow, but then again, he looks fucking powerful. So yeah, he needs to be polished a little bit more, and maybe he'll be a good worker. I mean, Ho Ho Lun, there's the extent of his abilities is pretty well known, and he's been obviously getting better with all the time he spent at the performance center. But yeah, still enough to beat Gargano and Ciampa, and seeing them so happy together, it's just going to make matters worse when the inevitable happens. Maybe it's going to be the next round when they face the top guys. Oh god. Anyway, then there was an interview with TM61 who name dropped their former name. They said, "We are the mighty and the mighty Don Neal." Yeah, they did the thing. Because they are facing in the main event. No, they are facing, I think, in the next round. Who are they facing? Maybe they are facing the top guys, actually. I'm not sure. We'll see about that. The main event was Kota Ibushi and TJ Perkins, who still talks about like he's in a video game. What's your overall? 1995. And Kota Ibushi, who says 99. Speaking about facing Lince Dorado and Mustafa Ali, who has the haircut of the basic fan of a French rap group called PNL, who are making cloud rap. I mean, people like them, and it's undeniable that their flow has really improved since the days when they used to do just the good old French brand of rap, banlieue rap. But I mean, it's still not my cup of tea. So yeah, they won the match pretty easily. Actually, the last two matches of the Dusty Classic were probably not the most obvious. Well, DIY probably very obvious, but yeah, I mean, probably the most obvious. I don't know. But they were also very short. That doesn't mean that those were bad. There's been some things shown by the losers, but they lost, and that's what will be remembered. Yeah, but I mean, there's been some good teamwork, even when it just is two guys put together. So yeah, nothing to say about that. It will certainly reinvigorate the NXT Tag Team division, because I mean, right now, who can really compete against guys like the Revival and the Authors of Pain? Well, DIY and maybe TM61 if they're in a good day, but besides that, not really. Yeah. Samoa Joe still doesn't think that Shinsuke Nakamura is a very deserving champion. I mean, you're saying that you will reclaim the championship, but then again, last time, he broke your jaw, and this time, earlier in the day, he kicked Austin Aries so badly that he had swollen eye, and I mean, you're gonna get the living shit kicked out of you, Samoa Joe, and it's just going to happen. So yeah. What else was there? Alia, I'm not sure. I just kind of pop out of the matches. The commentary in the current women's division, because Corey Graves tends to be a little bit too much like Jerry the King Lawler, and I don't really like that. So yeah. But it's probably Alia. She faced not Peyton Royce, Billie Kay, but Peyton Royce was at ringside, and she tried to kind of give Billie Kay the win, except Liv Morgan arrived, and she got beat up until Alia returned, because she saw Liv Morgan being beat up, and they tried to put on a little bit of counter-offensive, but it didn't work. So probably next week we're gonna have a women's tag match between Peyton Royce and Billie Kay against Liv Morgan and Alia, but I wouldn't be too sure about that. We'll see. Besides that, Ty Dillinger faced Noah Podges, I think. Yeah, he beat him with the tiebreaker. Pretty fast match, because, well, I mean, as he was celebrating his win, he was saying that Bobby Roode is pretty much going to be exposed for the fraud he is. Well, Bobby Roode attacked him on top of the ramp, so that's always pretty hurtful. Yeah. And the last match I think that I wanted to talk about, very big surprise, Thea Trinidad is in NXT. I did not know that. So Thea Trinidad was a pretty, was a mainstay in TNA for the last year or so, couple years probably too. Good worker. She lost to Asuka with Fujiwara armbar, but obviously that wasn't the most. Everything isn't all the matches that don't involve really the two big personalities in the feud facing each other. Obviously, it's not going to be the most interesting about the segment. Most interesting part about the segment was, well, the reveal of Mickie James. So that was probably in the tapings from 2 weeks ago. Yeah, Mickie James. Oh boy. She's probably the first, my first wrestling crush. So yeah, still brings out fuzzy memories. So yeah, I'm really happy that she's back. I really hope that it's not a one-off appearance. If it is, well, shit. But if it's not, good. Yeah. But still, I'm happy. She said it's been a long time since I stepped foot in the ring, and she doesn't intend on losing, because obviously, yeah. But it was a very enjoyable episode of NXT. It's kind of bite-sized compared to Raw. When the pacing is there, suddenly it feels more, alive. When Raw is just, oh, when is it over? Are we there yet? No, we're not. Fuck you. And that's Stephanie McMahon saying that to you. Yeah. Pretty cool show. I mean, obviously we're going to see like big matches being built up as Takeover Toronto approaches. That's pretty obvious. So yeah, so far it's just being the build-up. It's a slow build-up because of such long time between Takeover shows. So yeah. Anyway, one last thought. I'm actually waiting for a parcel from Poland. Some clothes that I ordered because they were on sale, and I was like, well, I'm gonna send them a mail because I still haven't received anything about the shipping and everything, and it actually, the mail saying that it was shipped arrived this morning, and I was like, well, damn, I would have been really foolish if I had sent the emails when I first had the idea. That was like 3 days ago. So yeah, waiting for it. Maybe around next week or the following week. We'll see. Yeah, Halloween in the US is fucking stupid. It looks like carnival. Just find another day to disguise yourselves. Halloween's supposed to be spooky, not about haha, I'm dressing up. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.